Greetings, I am the wrestling fan. I may not be the best wrestling fan, but I am the finest. Now, a lot of you have been wondering exactly what I thought about WrestleMania 28. It was pretty damn good for what it was. There were, as usual, some shitty matches, but it was pretty damn good and very entertaining. And I'm looking forward to buying it on Blu-ray. Yes, I said it. Buying it on Blu-ray when it comes out so I can watch it again. But I'm sure a lot of you want me to go through match by match and give you my thoughts. So here we go. I'm going to talk about the first match. Okay, so for the second year in a row, they had the World Heavyweight Championship match as the first match. Huge fucking mistake. It's just stupid. Why would you put the World Heavyweight Championship, one of your world titles, in the very first match? I'm sorry, I can't stand that. And last year they did it with the Royal Rumble winner, Alberto Del Rio, and this year they did it with the Royal Rumble winner, Sheamus. And that just taints their Royal Rumble victories. It makes it seem like the Royal Rumble doesn't fucking matter. It's supposed to give you a main event shot at WrestleMania. I guess now it's just supposed to give you a world title match. So that already pissed me off. They should have had Cody Rhodes versus Big Show as the opening match. Intercontinental title would have been great. But I was still excited to see what happened in this match. And of course all of you know what happened. Daniel Bryan jobbed out to Sheamus in 18 fucking seconds. I have no words. I honestly have no words. That is a waste. A fucking waste for a world title match. And apparently the rumor is that they want to set some kind of record for a world title match. And I guess that's held by the ECW Championship, which can't really consider that a world title, but still, they do. And that's great. I honestly don't see how this match took 18 seconds. I never heard the bell ring, but I guess it rang right before Daniel Bryan kissed AJ, or whatever the hell her name is, and then, Sheamus brogue kicked Daniel Bryan out of his title. I've seen Daniel Bryan as Bryan Danielson wrestle hour-long classics where he just couldn't be beaten. And at the biggest stage of them all, as a World Heavyweight Champion, he's beaten in 18 fucking seconds. And I think it's backfired. Now, I've only seen WrestleMania and then Raw. At WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan, when the show began, they were chanting, yes, yes, yes. People think that it's going to become the new what chant. People are doing it everywhere. I've heard they're even doing it at NBA games. This is huge. Daniel Bryan, I think, is maybe turning into a face a little bit because people know his past. I think more adult males are watching WWE now because of the cast of characters, like CM Punk is a WWE champion. They can relate to him and Daniel Bryan, and the real hardcore wrestling fans know how terrific wrestlers they are. And Daniel Bryan is a great personality as well. He's not as much a personality as CM Punk, but he's not far off. He's damn good, and he works great as a heel. And this whole AJ storyline has been really entertaining, honestly. But they didn't build up this match at all for WrestleMania, which makes no sense with the Royal Rumble winner. And they could have had even a 10-minute match. Even last year, Edge and Alberto Del Rio got like 12 minutes, and it wasn't spectacular, but it was still good. It was ridiculous. I mean, if you're going to make an 18-second match, make it the Divas match. The crowd will cheer for that. I promise you. I respect women's wrestling, but women's wrestling in the WWE is just retarded. Sorry. But anyway, Sheamus wins the World Heavyweight title in 18 seconds. It was a waste of a fucking match, and I'm really worried they're just going to bury Daniel Bryan now. That they're going to be pissed at him for getting over so much. On Raw, they were chanting yes all night, and Daniel Bryan, and I don't even think he had a match. Maybe he did, but it was short. And so I'm hoping he gets those chants all around the world. And maybe WWE will finally fucking wake up. And Sheamus got booed. He got booed. He doesn't deserve it. He was a huge fan favorite. I don't understand why he is, but he ran with it. He's become a huge fan favorite. And he was booed almost out of the building. The segment between him and Alberto Del Rio, they were both booed. I mean booed. And if they keep Daniel Bryan out of that, if they don't even give him a fucking rematch, then screw you, WWE. You guys are morons. Next match. Okay, so this was Kane versus Randy Orton, and this match had no build-up. There was no point to it except to get Randy Orton a match. I don't even think they really cared about giving Kane a match. It was just to get Randy Orton a match. That's all it was. And they could have built this up to be fairly good. They just didn't have enough time. And the match itself was over 10 minutes, which was longer than the World Heavyweight title match, but whatever. Oh, that's going to bother me forever. But anyway, surprisingly, Randy Orton lost. I can't remember the last time he actually lost a match. I mean, clean in the middle of the ring. But Kane super chokeslammed him from the top rope. It was actually a decent match, but WrestleMania worthy? Fuck no. All right, next match. I say Big Show versus Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental title. I thought had some really good build-up. It didn't really occur to me before that Big Show hasn't really wrestled a good WrestleMania match. He has wrestled some bad ones, but he hasn't wrestled like any real good ones. Like, they've been okay, but he's never had that WrestleMania moment, which is kind of a shame. I mean, he's been in a couple good matches. The triple threat match from WrestleMania 25 with Edge and John Cena for the world title, that was actually pretty good. I think there's one more, but I just can't remember what it is. But I was looking forward to this match. I still think this should have opened the show, and the World Heavyweight title could have gone here, and they could have gotten some fucking time. Like, honestly, the crowd would have loved it. This is what I don't understand, WWE's logic. The crowd would have loved it if Cody Rhodes jobbed out to Big Show in 18 seconds. Honestly, it wouldn't have hurt Cody Rhodes, I don't think, in my mind. He's had this long Intercontinental title reign. He was torturing Big Show for weeks, and weeks as the heel, you know, making fun of him, and Big Show couldn't get his hands on him. Wouldn't it have been hilarious if Big Show just punched Cody Rhodes in the face, pinned him, and won the Intercontinental title? That could have been the opening 18-second match. The World Heavyweight title deserved to be at least a 15-minute match. Those guys could have gone. I don't mind Sheamus winning the title. That's fine. He's the Royal Rumble winner. And I knew CM Punk would retain the title. Oops, spoilers. But that's ridiculous. I mean, to me, it makes no sense why the World Heavyweight title was 18 seconds, but the Intercontinental title match gets like 5. You know, and they put on a good match for what it was. It wasn't anything special, but for what it was good. Cody Rhodes showed off some stuff. Big Show won the Intercontinental title. It was a very feel-good moment. It was very cool. But that match could have, you know, I love the Intercontinental title. It's still my favorite title. But even though I have been craving for a good Intercontinental title match at a WrestleMania, which hasn't happened, I can't remember the last WrestleMania that's happened. It's probably been a good 10, 12, 85 years. That's the way they should have gone. Because they fucked up Sheamus, and they almost turned Daniel Bryan into a face, and he was doing great as a heel. I think that's on them. But anyway, I'm sorry. I honestly am really pissed off about it. It was a huge mistake. I think it'll go down as one of the worst WrestleMania moments of all time. And it doesn't bode well for Sheamus. He's not going to have a good World Heavyweight title reign, and I guess he's supposed to have a long one. But it's tainted now because he didn't really win it. But anyway, Big Show wins. It was actually a decent match. Let's move on. The Divas match. It sucked. Now, of course, everybody, including myself, was looking forward to this. They did a really good job building up the fact that Undertaker was probably going to lose in this match. I knew he wouldn't. As I've been saying to a lot of my friends who are wrestling fans, it doesn't make any sense for one day Undertaker to go into the Hall of Fame when he rightfully deserves to, and he goes, I had such a wonderful career, it was an honor to go 21-1. It just doesn't make... It's a fake sport, and they've kept him undefeated. Why break that? Nobody else is ever going to go undefeated at WrestleMania, at least not at that length. There's no way. So there's no reason to end it. But surprisingly, in the last few years, they've done a great job with the Shawn Michaels matches, and the Triple H match last year, I'll admit, I wasn't a huge fan of. I didn't see what all the hubbub was about. I thought it was good. It was definitely the best match of last year, but that's not saying much. WrestleMania 27 sucked. I mean, it had a few decent matches, but it, for the most part, sucked ass. But the more I watched their match from last year, the more I grew to appreciate it, and even really love it. That the story they were building about Triple H just viciously beating down The Undertaker. And there were so many times, especially when he finally hit that tombstone, I thought the streak was over. I think a lot of people did. And I was really looking forward to this Hell in a Cell this year because they built it up so well to make it look like it was going to be the end of an era for Undertaker. but I think it was the end of an era for Triple H, honestly. I know it was kind of the end of an era for everybody, and Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee, but it was really, I think, more for Triple H. This could have been his last match, I'm guessing. I don't think it is, but it's a possibility. The match itself was really good. I was hoping to see blood, since it was two old school guys, and they kind of revolutionized the Hell in a Cell when there could be blood. And Triple H did bleed. There's one part where I'm pretty sure, he cut himself, but there like no blood came out. But eventually, like, his face was kind of covered with blood, so I'm not really quite sure what happened there. But the match didn't need blood. It just would have been kind of nice to have it be a bitchin-tastic, bloody, violent Hell in a Cell. And, I mean, they kind of used the cell at first, but they didn't use it as much as they should have, in my opinion. Especially for how long the match was. And the story they told was good, and they involved Shawn Michaels. It was good. The ending, even though the match, I think, was over a half hour, the ending just kind of came sudden. It surprised me. It's the same as our match last year. I'm going to have to rewatch this one a few times, I think, to really, really love it. But it was very good for what it was. And out of all the matches, I really thought CM Punk Jericho would seal the show, but this Hell in a Cell did. The crowd, the biggest reactions for a match of the night was for this match. And that's a good thing, but also a bad thing, because it kind of tired out everybody. By the time they got past this, they weren't done. They were just tired, because they were really into this Hell in a Cell. But Undertaker, Triple H, for where they are at in their lives, they put on a hell of a show. Shawn Michaels did a good job. I think this match definitely stole the show. Okay, so Team Johnny versus Team Teddy, and I'm not going to go through who was on both teams. I really don't care. The build-up was actually pretty cool. I was looking forward to this match. I think it should have been lower on the card, but I don't know. Team Johnny won, which I love Teddy Long to death. Teddy play along. How he dances. You gotta love it. But I was really rooting for John Laurinaitis. He's really come a long way since last year, becoming this heel GM persona, and I'm really happy they're sticking with it. He is very boring, but through that boredom comes a lot of entertainment. It's kind of brilliant in a way. So I was really rooting for him, and the only thing I didn't get, they didn't make it an elimination tag team match. I thought they did, but it was just a regular tag team match, and I think that really bit him in the ass. And the crowd really didn't care after the Hell in a Cell match. They were just kind of done. Anyway, I don't blame them. After the Hell in a Cell, I didn't really care about this match either. I was really hoping Santino got some more time to showcase him coming, almost winning. That's what would have been so cool. And me and my friends discussed this, and I agree with them. A friend of mine thought of it. It should have been Santino versus 3 of John Laurinaitis' people, and it could have came down between him and someone else after he eliminated 2 people. The crowd really would have gotten behind it. I mean, really would have gotten behind Santino almost winning, and then he would have lost. And it just would have made it so much better if it was elimination style. I think they dropped the ball on that, like, really bad. But Team Johnny wins, and John Laurinaitis takes over both brands. Sayonara, Teddy Long, and next match. And of course, since I'm such a huge CM Punk fan, I was really looking forward to this match. Since late last year, I'd heard rumors that it was going to be him versus Chris Jericho for the WWE title at WrestleMania. And the build-up for this match was really good. I think they should have done more with it. It did kind of suck that the last couple weeks before WrestleMania, Chris Jericho wasn't at Raw. They still did a great job, but it just... I think it kind of ruined it in a way. He should have been there. I don't know if it was their decision to keep him off Raw and just to be on screen, and they thought that would, just drive the crowd crazy that he wasn't there and just couldn't wait till WrestleMania. But I don't know. It kind of ruined it a little bit for me. I don't know about everybody else. But they did something earlier in the night with CM Punk where John Laurinaitis changed the stipulation. If CM Punk tried to get disqualified, he would lose the WWE title. And I thought, okay, that's not really needed. And it really worried me that we were going to have 2 world title matches end in 18 fucking seconds. But thank God Jericho and Punk used this to their advantage in the very beginning, because Punk was so angry at Jericho. It really worked well with the story. And it was a very well told story and very back and forth, and we saw the best from both men. And to me, it was the best match of the night. I gotta watch it again. I may change my mind, but for me, I was very into it. It was very back and forth. I don't know if it was a classic. I gotta watch it again. When I see wrestling live, it's very rare for me to watch a match and go, holy crap, that was a classic. I have to watch it a few times to really appreciate it. You know, like Undertaker Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 25, I knew I saw something special until I rewatched it a few times. I didn't realize how special it was. Sometimes you don't listen to the crowd while watching the match, or you don't pay attention to all the variety of moves, or the way they're put together and the story. You know, sometimes it takes a few times to appreciate the entire aspect of a wrestling match, especially a good one. But this match was very good, the best match of the night. They were closest to you on the show, but the crowd again they weren't as into it as they should have been. It was very disappointing. They got into it towards the middle and the end, but as good as it was, it was disappointing that they weren't as into it as like I was. But CM Punk won a hellacious match with Jericho by making him submit to the Anaconda Vice. I can't wait to rewatch that match. That'll probably be the first one I rewatch. Damn good match. And of course, we get to the main event of the evening. The Rock in his first WrestleMania since 2004 against John Cena. Now, the build-up to this match has been a long, long, long year in the making. And they did a great job with it. But I don't like the whole Twitter war thing. And the stuff on Raw ended up being really good once Cena got angry. And I really thought that they were going to have Cena turn heel at WrestleMania. That seemed to be where the story was going with this whole the Kane thing and rise above the hate and embrace the hate and stuff like that. And the Kane stuff sucked. It was a waste of fucking time. But it was just a way to get John Cena to WrestleMania without him and The Rock still talking for an extra month. And that wasn't needed. I still think they should have, on the last Raw, they should have fought a little bit before WrestleMania. But the match went by very quick. And it was a damn good match. And I thought it had to be the main event because no match could follow it. But again, the crowd, I really thought watching this, I would see the crowd that was at WrestleMania 18 when Hogan fought The Rock. I just really thought that would be the same crowd, where they would just be completely for The Rock as they were for Hulk Hogan at one time, and completely against John Cena as they were against The Rock at that time. And they were into it. I mean, it was a very good crowd. Again, I have to watch it again. But it just seemed like it was lacking in the reactions department. But the match was very good. Very back and forth. I mean, I don't think they could have done a better job. The Rock still has it. Cena never lost it. I was very surprised The Rock won. I really thought John Cena was going to win. But I'm guessing they're going to have a rematch at SummerSlam, or maybe at next year's WrestleMania, and Cena will go over, hopefully. And I don't know. I'm confused on where all this is going. The Rock didn't need the victory. I mean, it's fine that he got it. It doesn't make me mad at him, or the WWE, but I don't know. I just wonder where they're going with Cena. I just don't see him being able to go back to the way he was. Too much has changed. He needs a heel turn bad. I know I'm probably wrong. I know a lot of people think this, but to me, it's just he needs it. He really, really needs it. Just to kind of like a shot in the arm in his career, like when Hogan turned heel in WCW '96. That was the shot in the arm he needed. He was getting too stale. But I mean, John Cena still elicits a huge reaction from the crowd, so I mean, I guess he doesn't need it, but I would like to see something different from John Cena, honestly, as a fan. But I do get why they can't. With all the charity work he does, that stuff comes into play. And charities probably don't want to heel John Cena coming after him. So he'll probably never turn heel, and that's fine too. But The Rock versus John Cena lived up to the hype, lived up to the expectations. I'm glad they're finally going to stop fighting on Twitter. Hopefully they do. But it was a damn good main event, and it was a great way to close out the show. So my overall thoughts, I mean, WrestleMania 28 was a damn fine WrestleMania. It had its flaws. World Heavyweight title in 18 fucking seconds, but it had its flaws, and some of the matches were stinkers, but for the main matches, minus the world title match, it delivered. It very, very much delivered, and it was a very great WrestleMania. I had a lot of fun watching it. I very much look forward to rewatching it. I mean, if it tells you anything, I don't have WrestleMania 27 in my collection, and I don't think I ever will. I want the Hall of Fame from it, but I don't really care that much. You know, this year's Hall of Fame I really want to watch, with Edge and the Four Horsemen and other people going in. I really want to watch their entire speeches, because on TV, I'm pretty sure they edited it down quite a bit. Be my guess. Otherwise, everyone got like 5 minutes, and that's ridiculous. Especially, they're going to the fucking Hall of Fame. Give them as much time as they need. But I'm sure it was longer than that. They just had to edit it for TV. But I'll buy WrestleMania 28 on Blu-ray. It'll be my first WrestleMania on Blu-ray, so that's exciting. You know, WrestleMania 27 I will never buy. It's a piece of shit. All the matches on it that were good, I have because of other DVD or Blu-ray sets. You know, like CM Punk, Orton, Cody Rhodes, Rey Mysterio, Edge, Alberto Del Rio is going to be on his new Blu-ray set that's coming out, Undertaker, and Triple H. You know, I have all those, so I don't really need to buy it, and I never will. So there's always going to be a little gap in my WrestleMania anthology, but so be it. And if any of you, and to close this out, you know, WrestleMania 28 was damn good. It was fucking awesome. Watch it. Very, very worth it. Now, a lot of you have been following my show the last couple of years. You know, my first year I did my WrestleMania 26 predictions, and then I did WrestleMania 27 thoughts, just like I'm doing my thoughts now, and that motherfucker Joey Holmes interrupted me on both shows. And we're at the very end of this, and he hasn't interrupted me. And you want to know why? I'll show you. You see? He's still dead. He ain't coming back, folks. Joey Holmes is deceased because I stabbed him a bunch of times because of WrestleMania 9. It was shitty. But thank God, WrestleMania 28 lived up to the expectations. It was very good. It's made me like WrestleMania again, so that's a bonus. But Joey Holmes is dead. WrestleMania is over. You know, I got some wrestling to watch for some reviews, so see you later. Alright, what am I going to watch this time?